Good evening. Happy Saturday evening. And welcome to my late night hang. Ah. Good evening. Good morning. I don't know where you're at. Wherever you are, it's now. Hey, so good to see you. It's good to be here tonight with you all. Hey, Jim Reeser, I told you I'd start the party with a little bit of live at the Orbit Room. See, I did it. Jim Reeser from Canada, right here, from Toronto. Him and Barbara have been longtime friends. Many of you know how much I love the city of Toronto. And all my friends, Gordon and Deb, Jim and Barb, Ronnie Cash. So all my true friends are showing up. That's what's so cool, right? I love it. Who's here tonight? Letitia. Your birthday's still going. Well, we started that at noon. Hey, we don't know where we... Hey, Beth Ann. Hey. I love it. Here we go. Doug. James. Hey, James. Gary. These are my Facebook friends. Let's see who's over here. Dominic. Hey. We're all here tonight. Oh, yeah. Well, shoot. We got every day I have a different guest. Sometimes I have different kind of guests. Sometimes student-like guests. Sometimes people that I discover. Tonight we have someone that I became friends with because I enjoyed his playing online. Hi, Angela. Hey, I'm glad you're here. And Jack Ullman tonight's going to be here. So you never know who our guests are going to be because I like musicians' music. Doesn't necessarily have to be a name. Has to be the way the music is played. Real interesting stuff tonight. A lot of artists doing live streaming. Well, I'm talking about the big names like John Legend and stuff. We're competing against that. But we've been doing this already 3 weeks daily, every day at noon. And I do this at night, twice a week, as we are here tonight. But I do mine all by myself. So I do it right here in my little imaginary world. And I get to see all of you right here. So I'm as happy as a clam. Oh, yeah. Let me get a little groove music happening on this Saturday night. Get a little reverb in there. Ooh. Calgonite. Everybody. everybody. I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there, Michael Jackson. What a great tune. First time I heard that done by an organ player was an organ player from Detroit. His last name ended with Smith, but his first name was Johnny Hammond. And he was a Detroit man. And I heard the first time the organ version of Michael Jackson's I'll Be There. Good evening, Steve, David, Dennis, Jocelyn. All my friends are here tonight. I need you as much as you need me. Hey, Rich, how you doing? Kind of a long time endure. I'm kind of missing some of my friends out there. Glad you're here with me, though. That's the next best thing, right? People who love to be together. That's what we are. Yeah, so I'll be there. Michael Jackson. Yeah, let's get let's put on our sunglasses. Let's take it on the Brazilian side. Oh, party. Hey, Caesar from Peru. Rich from San Francisco. Hawaii's here. Everybody say yeah. I'm fast. Here we go. That's how you quit the drum machine in a hurry. You just pull the plug. That's it. You just pull the plug. Man, it's quiet. But I know you're out there because I can see you. But for some reason tonight it feels quiet. So I don't know. Monty, how are you? St. Thomas, Denver rocks. I wish I were in Denver right now. I don't know why, for some reason. It'd be like what time? 8:30. No. Yeah, 8:30, right, Monty? It's 8:30. Be at your house having a little party, a little shindig with all the, organ players at your house. Monty is one of my friends. You're all my friends. So Monty, every time I go, he lives in Fort Collins. And we go over there and crash his house. He let me stay so graciously. He sometimes brings the organ when I'm crazy not enough to drive 20 hours. Thanks to Nick. I don't know. I haven't seen Nick lately. He's kind of disappeared. I don't know. You guys know my friend Nick. He helps me drive. He's a really great young man. Midori's our guest tomorrow night. So Midori Ono's our guest tomorrow night. I'm so excited about that, from Osaka, Japan. Tomorrow morning, our guest is Edwin Reberg from Brussels. Indonesian Nights. Yes, I'm going to do that. I will do that. But I'm feeling extra happy. So I'm going to bring on my guest because, I like to do that. But before we do that, just a little advertisement. You could see that even the big networks today are talking about how the hardest hit in this crisis are the people that are working the front lines, the nurses and the doctors, sometimes with not enough supplies. So we should always look for ways to support them if there's anything that we can do with our humble selves this crazy time. But also, you can see that musicians are trying desperately to find a way to survive. And one way they do is by live streaming. So, and then sometimes people are gracious enough. They send a little gift. So, as I say right here, my motto is that tips are accepted, not expected. So I'd like to bring on a couple of messages from my students and friends first. Let's see. We say that we want you to stop and help stop, right, the COVID-19 virus by staying at home. and listening to B3 today, maybe twice. How many of you? Let me see. Hearts. Forest yellow, yellow. Let me see hearts. How many people listen to B3 at least twice today? No? No hearts. Oh, shoot. I like to look at the hearts when they fly up. Okay. So let me find my guest page. Wow. Tony. And this is The Late Show. Hey, there I am. Look at that. I'm just as crazy as ever now. There's our feed. That's what I was looking for. All right. So Jack Coleman, we're going to call. Hey, Colonel, I can't wait to hear that concoction of yours. We played blues. He turned me on to Blues Number 1 from Jimmy Smith, and I can't stop playing it now. So I get stuck on these things. So it's your fault, the Colonel. Thank you, Steve. You guys are all great. I really, really, really love you. Okay, let's call Jack. Hey, Jack. There you are. And kaboom. Let's make sure. Yes. There we go. Hey, Jack.
Hi.
Jack, you can hear me.
Can you see me?
Now I can see you. I can see the corner.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you great.
All right, man.
Say hello to the world.
Hello, world.
This is Jack Coleman, my friend. And we became friends because of Facebook, right? And you tell them the story, I guess.
Well, I've seen you play. I saw you play in Erie, Pennsylvania, my hometown. You played at a candy store that's like an incredible Italian candy store. They have jazz concerts.
Yep.
And if you see Tony online, it's one thing, but to see him live is a whole other thing, whole other level. It's a great entertainer on top of it all. And I've also seen you with Pat Martino in Boston at Scullers. I sat right behind you. You didn't know it, but I was sitting behind you.
Oh, wow.
You had a nice velour jacket on.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, looking sharp. And one cool thing was, in the middle of it, Pat Martino said to the audience, he goes, there's a lot of great organists in the world, and I'm playing with one tonight. I thought that was really cool that he said that.
What a nice man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard he's not very well these days, and makes me kind of sad,
Yeah.
So you're still in Erie now? Where are you residing?
Oh, no, I live in Boston, outside of Boston.
So you're in Boston?
I've been playing around Boston for 40 years.
Wow.
I moved from Pennsylvania with a bunch of band members. We had a band back there. And then we went to Berklee School of Music.
Wow.
And then my roommate played the organ, so he had an A100. So there was a postcard on the wall at Berklee, organist needed. So he and I went down there and we got jobs in the what they called the combat zone, playing for exotic dancers. And then after that, I played for about 4 years with a singer up here. I don't know if you ever heard of her. She was a great jazz singer. She just passed away last year. Her name was Rebecca Paris.
Oh, Rebecca Paris.
Yeah, and we had a lounge band. We played together for years in lounges, 6 nights a week, 9 to 2.
So you've done the grind.
Well, that wasn't bad because you stayed in a place for a month, so I didn't have to move my A100. I used to have an A100, which I actually like better than the B3 I have now. I don't know. It sounded better to me.
Yeah, I believe it. It doesn't matter the model number. It matters the year,
And I used to have 2 Leslies, a bass amp. And then the weird thing is I didn't learn, basically, because I did that, we didn't have a guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
It was just drums, myself, and a singer. So I never played left-hand bass.
Ah.
I always played pedals.
Gotcha.
And there were, like I was telling you before, Tony, we had a little talk before that. There was this guy who played in Boston. His name's Gary Peterson, who was like a master of playing with 2 feet. He could play any tempo, any tune, and just burn it on all 3 manuals. It was incredible. So, that's a whole other league. You're a whole other league. I'd call myself a JOAG, just another organ guy.
No, come on, man. I love your style, man. I think you got a great feel, and all of us do what we do, right?
Yeah.
So you've been playing the organ how long?
Well, I played it for years, and then my back, and gigs stopped being like a month at a time. We had to move around a lot. So I ended up playing multi-keyboards for years. I had a set of bass pedals. I always played the bass in my band. And then I played a lot of left-hand bass doing that on separate keyboards. I had like 4 keyboards, did all the... And I was in a band called the Continentals. We used to travel around the country and do shows for conventions and things. We'd play for the postal workers. We'd do like big things in Los Angeles and Detroit and Florida and Texas. We'd play all over the place. We had kind of a show. Blues Brothers. We did Frankie Valli. We had Elvis. We had all kinds of stuff going on.
And I bet you guys were good, because back then in the days, you guys had to be rehearsed and sound very good to stay competitive and being in the booking agent's eye, right? So you had to be good.
Yeah, we had a good front singer.
Yep.
And we had 4-part harmony, and we all sang lead. We all sang, and there was only 4 of us, so we didn't, make big money like show bands, but we made a living at it for a long time.
Oh, I'm sure you did well at 4. Yeah.
Things change.
But see, you're the kind of cat. So I just want some of the youngsters that are listening to this program, I think sometimes people think about the jazz organ and they think about Jimmy Smith, and they don't understand that there was a generation of people who played the organ because it was convenient to play and make more money. So in other words, when you went with that band as a 4-piece, one of the reasons why you guys were able to sustain and make more money was because you were playing bass with your pedals. And
that's right.
Right. So that's 2 people's job. And we kind of take it for granted when we see an organ trio, but you had 2 people's job, if not 3, because I'm sure you had to sing harmonies as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sing. So your brain, the thing is the difference is, well, when I was playing with the jazz singer Rebecca, there's a lot of improvisation going on. But then after that, it's just you're playing parts. You're trying to make the band sound full. You're trying to play what you can play with 2 hands and your feet.
Yeah.
So when we would do ballads and stuff, I would play bass, and then I would play like strings in my left hand.
Exactly, a 3rd part.
And then I'd play the piano part in my right hand, and then maybe I'd be singing on top of it.
That's it.
So, that was the gig for a long time.
That's a whole different level. And you had to know those tunes and you had to know those parts. So I got a lot of respect for you. That's kind of the way I learned. I used to also, my father, not only did he take me to go hear like jazz organists that would come through town like Jack McDuff, etc., but he would also take me to see show bands that come through some of the lounges. Because in Columbus, right near where we lived, there was 3 major hotels that had lounge bands, and bands just like yours were coming through weekly, and of course they would sit there 2-3 weeks at a time, right? You'd see the letters go up on Monday morning, and they'd be there for a month, and then they'd take them down. Sometimes they'd fall off in the middle, and who cared? But Jack, man, thanks for joining the show. If you could drop your camera a little bit, I'd like everybody to be able to see your hands. And what fascinated me very good. What fascinated me about your playing is you keep really good time, you groove really hard, and you got some wonderful chops. So what year is that B3?
I think it's 58.
Yeah, man. Well, I love it.
It's a little dull. I don't know how that sounds.
You think it's a little empty on the bottom?
Well, I don't have, you have that spanking with the key click. You know what I mean? I don't really have a lot of that.
Yeah. Well, if you DI'd it,
but I'm not.
would. Yeah.
I'm not mic'd or anything. You're
No,
just going through my
it sounds
iPad.
great. So what are you going to play tonight?
So I was going to do a homage to the strippers. I mean, the
Okay.
exotic dancers.
Okay, Jack. I love it. I'm going to
So-
turn my mic off and I'll let you go.
So here's a tune. It was a Frank Sinatra tune, but a lot of them used to dance to this. And Rebecca Paris used to really sing this one good too. So I'll dedicate this to her. She passed away last year. So this is called Angel Eyes.
Oh, marvelous use of presets, sounds. Just great, Jack. Just beautiful.
Thanks.
Yeah, everybody, a lot of hearts flying up in the air. A lot of hearts on the
that's cool.
YouTube side. So they're going to be talking to you soon. So I hope you come back to the broadcast and say hi so everybody will kind of like, get to know you. That's the name of the game here. My friends and your friends and our friends are our friends, right?
Keep jamming. You're the best, Tony.
I love you so much, Jack. Thanks for sharing That was just marvelous. And you're
I
a
just got to tell you this. You made me practice because my organ was in storage for a long time. I pulled it out because of you.
Oh, wow, man. God bless you. Thank you, Jack. I know that you're being sincere with that. Thank you.
I am. I'm
I know
serious.
that. I know that. And I've been watching you. So thank you so much, man. God bless you, and you be good, okay?
You too. Be safe.
Oh, yeah. I'll see you soon.
Thanks.
Good night, sir. Jack Coleman, everybody. Incredible, huh? Wow. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, I use a drum machine a lot, but sometimes I don't even need it. What is that? Whoa. It's the 4th of July. Mm, mm, mm. Mm. Mm-mm. Can I play a swing song? Oh, yeah. Ah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Root Down. For all my get down, get funky on a Saturday night. Gary Peterson's here. Hey, Gary. How's it going, man? Neil Manic is here. Alex is here. Gary's an organ player, right? I know you. Hey. Okay, so we're going to get out of here swinging. And, I do this show daily, every day at noon, Eastern Standard Time. And Eastern Daylight Time, whatever it is now, we get confused. That's why they don't change it anymore in some places, right? I know we sprung forward, evidently. I guess that'd be daylight savings, or I don't know. Anyhow, I forget where I was going with all that. Anyhow, I do a show every day, 7 days a week, but I decided to do a few shows on the weekend late just to catch the other side of the world. And thank you very much, Monty. A lot of good fun every day. Tomorrow, our guest is coming from Brussels in the morning at noon. Man, he's really good, Edwin. God bless you. Hey, thanks for all the stars and everything. That's just incredible. You guys are hearts. Hearts, stars. All the good stuff. So, someone said swing. Let's see. Alden says B3s are pretty darn expensive these days. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. But, they only make the right one. They may only made these up to until 1976. So, then they started making solid state, and, this one here is 1955. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's swing. I'm going to swing something Can I swing? I don't know. We'll see. I don't want that today. Should I swing in there? Hey, Gordon. Michael, the B3 is an A100. The best B3. Yeah. I got 2 A100s, 2 B3s. They're all dear to me. This one I love because my father bought it for me. So I'm going to take out the show with a little song. You know, every once in a while, my good friend Margaret McGriff comes on the show. I see her in there. And she's the wife, the widowed wife of the great Jimmy McGriff. So when I see stuff like that, it just makes me happy. Happy. We'll see you tomorrow at noon. But speaking of the East Coast, a lot of it happened in a little place called Hackensack, New Jersey. Oh. I love you all. Yeah. Be safe. We'll see you tomorrow. Mm. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow.